Just when you thought Leon Rose was out of moves, he finds another way to pull off a blockbuster trade that, in my opinion, makes the New York Knicks the best team in the association. We're going to break this trade down from every single angle, but first, make sure you are subscribed to Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We put out free, informative, entertaining updates every single day. And the NBA season, it's 5 days away. The first preseason game is this Sunday, which means it's time to lock in. And we got to pick up more subscribers this month than Boston Celtics Today, our rival channel here at Chat Sports. If you love the Knicks and you want to beat the Celtics in the East this year, subscribe to the channel. And if you are already subscribed, hit that like button. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and damn, it feels good to be a New York Knick. Just when you thought Leon Rose couldn't do it, he does it again. Leon Rose hits another home run when nobody thought there was a homer left to hit by trading for Karl-Anthony Towns. Just when you think he can't do it, he finds a way to get it done again. There's been a lot of conversation. There's been a lot of dialogue, and there's been enough time for all of us to go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, and wake up with a clear mind or emotion removed from the conversation. And let's talk facts here. What did that trade do for the New York Knicks? First and foremost, it made them a better basketball team. And we could just end the video right here and say that. But we're going to tell you why that did happen. And anytime you make a trade, you do it with the idea and the hope and the belief that it's going to increase your chances to win an NBA title. Every sports book across America, the title odds for the Knicks have increased. The geniuses think the Knicks got better. They 100% got better. They now, without a doubt, yeah, I'm saying that as Tyler Smith, diehard Celtics fan, is producing this video. He just gave me a double thumbs up. Says the Knicks have the best starting five in the NBA. I think they got the best top six in the NBA once you throw in Deuce McBride into here. And if you want to include Mitchell Robinson and you want to include my man Big Sneeze, shout out to Precious. It's one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in the NBA. Look, this is the summer of Leon Rose. When the Knicks made Leon Rose the head of basketball operations, when they gave him the keys to this basketball team, this is the type of summer that we thought we were getting. One where they made a trade for a star and then made a trade for a superstar. And yes, I am calling Karl-Anthony Towns a superstar. Leon Rose could have easily ran it back, right? How many times did we ask the question on this show, what should the Knicks do? Should they run it back? Should they shake things up? And I would say 90% of people were totally okay, and they wanted the New York Knicks to run it back. They even had the injury excuse in their back pocket. And I'm tired of hearing Josh Hart bring that up. Josh Hart, season's over, and you lost for more reasons than just the injury bug. You could have closed him out and went up 3-1 as you had a double-digit lead in that fourth quarter, but you didn't get it done. Stop using the excuse. It's pissing me off a little bit. But to continue the show, he had the injury excuse. The GM, the guy that made the roster, he can do that. No Mitchell Robinson, no Julius Randle, no OG Anunoby, no Bojan Bogdanovic. The list goes on and on and on. And then you had the Jalen Brunson injury. But winners don't settle. And that's exactly what Leon Rose is. He is a winner in life. CAA Mafia, and now the brain trust behind the most well-run organization in sports. Winners do not settle. Look at what the Boston Celtics did. They get to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. In that Game 7, Jason Tatum has an injury. They could have easily said, Brad Stevens, you know what? I love the team we got. I love the core four that we have. We love Marcus Smart. He's the heartbeat at TD Garden. And we had our best player, Jason Tatum, get hurt in Game 7. Let's run it back one more time. Brad Stevens didn't settle because Brad Stevens is a winner. You know what he went out and did? He traded Marcus Smart, the heartbeat, the bloodline, the face, and I would say the feel of that Boston Celtics organization for what, 10 years? You trade him, you go out, you add Kristaps Porzingis, and you don't stop there. You make another move that included Robert Williams, a player that you've been developing that's made an All-NBA defensive team that Brad Stevens thought was going to be an integral part to this formula for Boston, and you trade him for Drew Holiday. So you're one game away from the NBA Finals, and you go add two major starters to your rotation. the exact same thing the New York Knicks did. Does it suck to see Julius Randle go? Absolutely. Did Julius Randle set the foundation for the New York Knicks? Yes. Did he come and put on a New York jersey when Katie didn't want to, when Kyrie didn't want to, when nobody wanted to? Yes, and I will forever applaud Julius Randle for that. I am thankful for what he did as a New York Knick. And I'm going to miss Dante DiVincenzo as well. What we saw him do last year was unexpected, and we all fell in love with the big ragu. When the Knicks needed a big shot, Zero was there. When the Knicks needed to land that knockout blow against the 76ers, Dante DiVincenzo was there. Does it suck? Yes. But on the other side of that coin, the Knicks got better. And we are Knicks fans. At least I am. I'm a fan of the New York Knicks. That's first and foremost to me. I care about what's on the front of the jersey more than the back, and it's New York. I am a New York Knicks fan. And if the New York Knicks got better, which they did, that is all that matters. Sure, we could be upset that they traded R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel quickly, but they got OG Anunoby and they got better. We could be upset they gave up 6 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, but they got better. And we could be upset that 30-0 are not here, but the Knicks got better. And that's all I give a rat's ass about. Karl-Anthony Towns has once again become underrated by the NBA media. He goes from the Timberwolves to the Knicks, and once again, Karl-Anthony Towns has become underrated. He changes absolutely everything for this team. What he is going to do as a center, playing in a 5-out offense, where Rudy Gobert's not clogging up the paint anymore, where he's got to play the backup role and not maybe get closing minutes because of Naz Reid. That ain't happening in New York. Karl-Anthony Towns will be an all-star this year, and he might just be an all-star game starter. Did we forget that Karl-Anthony Towns was the number 1 overall pick? That he was the next face in the NBA? Did we forget that? I think people did. I think people don't realize that in 2016, Karl-Anthony Towns was voted on by GMs in the NBA as the number 1 player that they would build a team around. Look, Towns, number 1 player. NBA GMs would build a team around. October 18, 2016. 48% of the general managers in 2016 voted Karl-Anthony Towns as the number 1 player they would build a team around. What about the next year? 2017, NBA GMs voted at a 29% clip that he was the number 1 player they would want to build a team around. Was it 7 years ago? Was it 8 years ago? Yes, it was. But let's not forget how special Karl-Anthony Towns was before Rudy Gobert got to town. And before I feel like the national media kind of came up with their own storyline at Cat. From 2016 to 2021, you can make the argument that he was a top 10 player in the NBA, averaging 24 points per game, nearly 12 rebounds, 3.3 assists. He shot over 52% from the deck and 40% from downtown. He was a 24-12 player, multi-time All-Star, 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA player. That was when he was playing center. That's the position he has to play. That is where he has the most success. But you know what he did for the better part of the team the last 2 years? He slid down to that power forward spot for the team. They added Rudy Gobert, said, you know what, no problem, I'll do it for the team. And that is something that I love about Mr. Karl-Anthony. He's going to do whatever it takes, even if he has to sacrifice some self-growth, and I would just say overall production, to do what is best for the team. Look at what Karl-Anthony Towns has done as a center in his career and as a power forward in his career. When he was a center, which he's played for 482 games, which is a lot more than I think people remember, he averaged 23 points, 11-plus rebounds, almost 3-plus assists, and he shot 53% from the field and 40% from downtown. Still really good numbers at that power forward spot, but the points are down and the rebounding is down. It's going to be amazing at the center spot, and it is going to unlock this New York Knicks team. The Knicks the last couple of years have been a rough, rugged, shots on net type of team, trying to dominate the offensive rebounding and run out games and win the Tom Thibodeau way. Not going to have to do that anymore. You might have the most high-powered offense in the NBA. The Brunson and Cat pick and pop and pick and roll might be the best play in the NBA this upcoming year. And I can't wait to see it happen. The pick and pop, right? That's where Brunson's going to get the pick. Cat will pop out to the top of the key. That's called the above-the-break three-pointer. From that area, Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the best players in the NBA, especially as a big man. 36% above the break. 39.7% above the break. 39.5, 40.7, 39.8. And in 2021, 2022, he shot 42% on above-the-break threes. Say bye-bye to drop coverage. You're not running drop coverage on Jalen Brunson anymore, because if that big is in drop, it's going to be an easy chest pass and drop-off pass from Jalen Brunson to Karl-Anthony Towns, where he will shoot above 40% above the break yet again. You also have maybe the best pick-and-roll player in the NBA last year. For all the qualified guards, Brunson was fourth in the NBA in points per possession in the pick-and-roll last year. For all the qualified big men, Karl-Anthony Towns was second in the NBA in points per possession as the roll man. That's not even pick and pop. That's just at the roll man. He's almost unstoppable as a roll man in the pick and roll, and he's also maybe the best pick and pop player in the NBA. Karl-Anthony Towns' effective field goal position as the roll man last year, 72.1. An unreal percentage, especially when you factor in they just dunked the ball. He's scoring in a multitude of ways. How are teams going to stop the New York Knicks next year when they go into a Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns pick and roll? They're going to have Brunson and Cat at the top of the key. You're going to have Mikal Bridges in this corner, who shoots 40% from three, and OG Anunoby in this corner, who shoots 40% from the corner. So you got two guys in the corners shooting above 40%. You got a top 5 point guard in points per possession in the pick and roll, and you got the number 2 roll man on top of a guy that shoots 40+% from above the break. Who are you helping off to stop Jalen Brunson on the drive? Bridges, open 3. Oh, Anunoby, open 3. Oh, Cat, open 3. And then you're going to have Josh Hart running that Draymond Green kind of dunker spot, free throw line extended playmaking role. The New York Knicks are also just an amazing team. Look, how do you stop them? Catch and shoot 3-point percentage. How many teams in the NBA have 5-6 guys that shoot above 40% from 3 at the catch and shoot rate that the Knicks do? Everyone could shoot. Everyone could score. Everyone can drive. Everyone can keep the defense honest. Brunson, 45% on catch-and-shoot threes last year. Deuce McBride, 42%. Mikal Bridges in a down year, worst of his career, 38.5%. OG Anunoby, 40%. And Sir Per, 43%. The Knicks are going to be the best offense in the NBA this year, as Boston Celtics are laughing. Ha, ha, ha. You don't even have a big man on your team that we're scared about. Who? Al Horford? We'll see, Al. The Knicks are going to be the best team in the NBA. The Knicks are going to win the NBA Finals this year. I've seen the script. It is going to happen. If you want the Knicks to win it all, hit that thumbs up icon. This might be the best Knicks offense in the history of this great organization. Oh, yeah, and they have the best 2 wing defenders in the NBA and the best defensive-minded head coach. It's a recipe for success. Leon Rose, thank you for making New York Knicks basketball great yet again. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up, give me a follow, and let's go Knicks!